Hi everyone, Stepan here with another training game. Let's see if my opponent makes a move. Now he's leading me 1-0. Your score 0-1. So his blitz rating is 1800. Okay. I don't know. I don't remember the game. I don't know what I did to lose, but I'm gonna try to find out. We have the exchange Karo Khan. Now let's see what he does. Okay. Plays with h3, that's fine. Maybe we did this last game. How can I find that game? Wait, if I do this, yeah, I don't see the game immediately. Okay. I'll go bishop f5 because that's what I do. Maybe he did this last time. I think I remember somebody playing h3 and bishop e2. Okay, I'll just try to play normal moves. I think I may have played this guy in the exact same variation before. So I believe I castled here last time, or at least that's the most intuitive thing to do to me. But queen b6 seems interesting. Because he would have to go queen c1. And then I could consider rook c8. Queen b6 does seem interesting. If knight d2, I can take, and on rook b1 take on c3. But maybe queen b6 isn't precise. I think I will go queen b6. I like queen b6. I want to see what he does. I'm trying to punish bishop f4. If he plays queen c1, he's lining up the queen with my rook on c8. That's coming to c8. If he plays queen d2, I have knight. Okay, queen b3. If I allow him to take, he has knight a3 and knight b5. If I take, his rook is open. Maybe queen b6 wasn't good. But I will allow him to take. I'm gonna castle. He does have knight a3, knight b5. Okay, he doesn't take. I want to go rook e8 and e5. I also want to go knight e4 and e5. But knight e4 loses the pawn for the moment. So takes, knight e4. Knight d2, e5 seems fine. I want to open up my bishop. Okay, I'm gonna do that. And go knight e4. I want to go e5 as soon as possible. Okay, knight d2, e5. Does it work? e5, knight e4, d4. e5, d5, knight d2, knight d2, knight e5. Maybe it's a bit premature. I may have to prepare it with rook e8. I'm gonna go rook e8 first. But then he may have... No, he doesn't have knight h4. Does he have g4? Okay, I'll go rook e8 first. I'm trying to put everything I have on e5 because I want to activate my bishop. My bishop on g7. And also rook e8 helps because it's lined up with his bishop on e2. Now, of course, he does have b4, b5, but I don't think it's in time. How am I 2 minutes down on the clock? What did I do? What did I spend my time on? I keep spending time in seemingly harmless positions, and then when it gets tactical and tricky, especially in these Caro-Kann exchange variations, I seem to struggle. So, if I take with the pawn and go e5, he has d5, and if I take with the bishop, he can go knight d2. So okay, I'm gonna take with the pawn, I think. Then on knight h5, on knight h4, I can go bishop e6, preventing d5. Will he play knight h4? That's the question. Because I don't really want to go bishop c8. So let's see. d4, knight h4, bishop d7, d5, knight e5. I think I take with the bishop. It's too risky to allow d5. Maybe this is the wrong decision, but we will see. Because now to break my center, he has to go c4 at some point, weakening the d4 pawn. And I can still prepare e5 without allowing d5. If he goes knight d2, I don't think I give up my bishop pair. I retreat my bishop and then prepare e5. At least that's what I'm thinking now, although knight d2, e5, knight e4, ef4, knight c5 is kind of annoying. But then I can take, I think, on e2. Yeah. So he would have to go knight g3 to defend the bishop, but that's defended by my f4 pawn. So if knight d2, e5, he cannot take on e4. Knight d2, e5, knight e4, ef4. The knight's attacked, it has to move. The bishop's attacked if the knight moves. So if knight g3, I take the knight. If knight c5, I take the bishop. So if knight d2, e5, he has to trade first and then take the bishop. So knight d2, e5, d5, knight e5, knight e4, d4. What did I give up my bishop pair for? I don't like it. I'm not gonna leave my bishop there if he plays knight d2. How hard is my d-pawn gonna be to defend? That's another question. After d5. I'm planning to go d4 as quickly as possible, and I think I have enough defenders to support d4. Okay, so now I was thinking bishop f5, just not allowing any counterplay, but then maybe bishop f3. And then rook a d8, g4, bishop c8. But if he starts with g4, so bishop f5, g4, if I go bishop d7, then I don't have rook a d8 on bishop f3. So bishop f5, g4, bishop d7, bishop f3, e5, d5, knight e5, bishop d5 seems too risky, so I cannot do that. So I may have to play e5 immediately. So e5, d5, knight e5, knight e4, d4. What's that position like? He has a 3-2 on the queen side. I have the d3 square for my knight. That seems okay. e5, d5, knight e5, knight e4, d4. What does he do? He could go bishop b5. Then I go rook e7. Seems okay. I'm gonna go e5. I don't think I have time to play bishop f5 because of g4, bishop d7, bishop f3. My pawn just seems too weak. At least this way I have the d3 square. Like, he takes immediately? Why would he take immediately? Why would he give up his dark squared bishop? Also, what do I take with? I think I take with the rook, but I'm not sure. I think I like taking with the rook. And then with the pawn, of course. And I want to go e3, so I want to go f5, f4, e3, create a passed pawn. That's the idea, at least. Okay, I may have to go bishop f6, but then he has rook d7. So I think I go rook e7 first to prevent an infiltration. And then I can slowly start preparing f5, f4. This is a long-term plan, trying to queen my e-pawn. I think rook d7 is necessary. I cannot allow rook e7 is necessary. I cannot allow rook d7. He probably plays bishop c4. Yeah, now I have to go king f8 because I want to go f5. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this. And he will need some time to double the rooks. Okay. Now, can I just go f5? I believe I can, so I will. I want to create a passed pawn on the e file. That's my ultimate goal. And it isn't that easy for him to create a passed pawn with my bishop being so strong down the diagonal. Does he have bishop d5? I don't think so. So I want to keep my pawn. So let's keep creating a passed pawn. If he doesn't play g5 here, then I go bishop f6. If he does play g5, then I go h6. And I try to weaken his structure. Okay, now bishop f6. Trying to control the e1 square and preventing the queenside pawns from moving. And then playing e3 seems more sensible than playing e3 immediately. Also on king e2 I would have f3 and bishop g5, so let's go bishop f6. If he goes rook d6, what do I do? Do I go king g7? I don't like king g7. Bishop f6, rook d6, bishop h4. Or king g7. Okay, I'm going bishop f6 because I want to prevent g5. g5 seems like a strangling move which would blockade my pawns. The only question is, do I go bishop h4 or king g7 on rook d6? I think I want to keep controlling d4, so I may consider king g7. And I would also like to keep my bishop on the long diagonal to prevent b3 and c4. Since if he cannot go c4, he's never making a passed pawn. Also, I'm putting a bit more control on the d8 square. And I'm giving my king some luft, because now my king can escape the checks on g7 and h6. Okay. I'm very happy to see this move, because now I have bishop h4 and e3. I can also consider trying to grab the d file, but if I go rook d8 now, he goes rook a7. So let's see. Rook d8, rook a7, rook d2, rook a8, king g7, rook g8, king h6 seems okay. Can I give up this pawn? Rook d8, rook a7, rook d2, rook d8, rook a7, rook d2, rook a8, king g7, rook g8, king h6, rook f8, rook f8, king g5, h4, and on rook f8, bishop g5. Are there any issues? I don't think so. So I like rook d8. I'm going to give up a pawn. If he wishes to take on a7, I think claiming the d file is stronger than my a7 pawn. Okay. So now the question is, do I go f3 first, or do I go rook d2? I think I like f3 first. f3. I don't know what he does. I go rook d2. I like that. I'm gonna go f3. I have to prevent rook e2 against rook d2. I don't think there's anything he can do about rook d2 now, and then that's followed by bishop h4, and black is winning. Also now, if his rook leaves the back rank, I have rook d1 checkmate. Yeah, I don't think he should have taken my a7 pawn. That pawn was completely useless. Okay, now on rook d2, if he plays rook d1, I'll just take on b2. That seems okay. And then I'll go bishop h4. He has this check, but I think it's harmless. Because if he starts with h4, I take it and I'm on the f2 pawn. Otherwise, everything's defended. I think that's a spite check. I think black is just winning. I don't see a defense for white. I don't see a defense to bishop h4. It's gonna be game over. Yeah, I think this is it. I don't think there's a defense. Unless he wants to go king g1 and rook f1. But that just seems dreadful. Yeah, I think this is it. I think there is no defense. Maybe I'm missing something, but I doubt it. I'll just have either one passed pawn or two passed pawns, depending on whether he defends f2 or not. In opposite colored bishop positions, the attacker is always better. It's very simple. Why? His bishop cannot oppose mine. If his bishop could defend f2, he would be fine. Like, imagine if he had a bishop on e3 instead of b3. But as it stands now, I don't see a single move for white. Rook d1 loses, rook g8 loses, although it doesn't lose, it does nothing. King g1 loses to bishop h4, because on rook f1 I go rook b2, or I could even start with rook b2. Yeah, I think claiming the d-file for the a pawn was a very good trade. I don't think he should have taken that pawn. Maybe he can give up a piece somehow, but I don't even see how. Okay, yeah, this doesn't work. Simply doesn't work. Now he's losing the entire queen side. It's rook d1 was hopeless. Okay, that also does nothing. I think I go bishop h4. Do I go bishop h4 immediately? So bishop h4, his only source of counterplay is rook g8. Then I go king h6, and then he doesn't have a move. Yeah. He wants to go rook a2. I missed that. Why did I miss that? Why did I miss that? Okay, so I have to trade. Bishop d5 was a good move. I didn't see the idea with rook e2. Yeah, I have to trade. There is no other option. I'm wasting time. Okay, now Let's not make another mistake. So e3, fe3, rook e3. If he plays rook e7, rook d7, I go king h6, and my idea is f2, rook e1. I think that works. I should not have allowed the rook trade, but I think I'm still winning because of rook takes e3 and f2. He doesn't have time for bishop d5 now because I play e2 check. Okay. So now the idea is f2, rook e1 check, game over. Can he do anything to prevent that? He could go bishop c4, f2, bishop e2. But then I just pick up the pawn on c3. Yeah, maybe bishop c4 is the only move to try and save it, but after bishop c4, f2, bishop e2, rook c3, rook d7, yeah. Okay, so now can I go rook c3 to gain another tempo before I go f2? Because if f2, bishop e2, rook c3, rook d7, king h6, rook b7, I have rook c1 and rook e1. But if I take on c3, he plays, what does he play? No, I'll go f2 first. I'm just on too many pawns. Now his rook is tied down to the back rank. If he plays bishop e2, I start picking off pawns. I could also, on bishop e2, I don't start picking off pawns, I go rook h3. Well, I do start picking off pawns, but... So rook h3, king g2 only move. Rook e3, I'm on the bishop. If the bishop moves to f1, I don't know how to lift the blockade, so maybe I start with rook c3. So rook c3, tying down his rook. Do I have anything better? Down to 3 minutes. So rook h3, king g2. Because if he plays rook d7, I go rook h1, king g2, rook g1, king h3, and then I move my bishop. Oh, which pawn do I take? Okay, I'm gonna take on h3. I think he has to go king g2 now. No more coffee. Okay. As expected. Now I take on c3. Rook d3. Rook d3. I mean, I can just save my pawn. I can go rook c7. Okay, I'm out of time. I'm gonna save my pawn. No need to allow rook d7, winning my b pawn, which would be the only source of counterplay for him, if he got that pawn. I don't know why I did this. I think I want to go rook e1. I'm expecting bishop f1, and then I want to go king h6 and king g5 and start targeting the g4 pawn. I think his idea was rook f1 and king h6, so I didn't want to allow that. Also, I don't think he has bishop d3 because I just go rook e1. Or no, I don't go rook e1 because he has check and bishop f1. I go rook d7, pinning the bishop to the rook. Okay, I need to start moving my king up, so let's do that. Next, if he doesn't do anything, I'm threatening rook e4. I'm happy he didn't play king h6, okay. I don't know. I want to play b6 or wait for him to play b6. Sorry. His rook is definitely tied down to the back rank, especially now with the king on f1. Okay, so can I move my king up? I think I can. Can I keep moving my king up? I don't know, but I'm gonna try. No point in retreating. I finally defended my pawn with the rook, so now my bishop is kind of free to move. I would love to get my bishop to c5 and play b6. That's my idea. I mean, he can keep checking me, I don't really care, because after I go king e5 he doesn't have a single check. Now that my bishop is covering e3. If bishop f3 I take and queen. If If rook f3, I think I decline the trade. I'm not good enough to know if this endgame is a draw or not, but I don't want to risk it. So let's decline. No rook trade. Until I'm sure. I've finally given my bishop the c5 square. Okay. Now if he goes, yeah, now he doesn't have a check. Or at least not an easy check. So now it's time to transfer my rook to e7 and to win the pawn on g4. Because if I go rook e7, he has to go bishop f1 or king f1. Okay. Okay, now I take on g4. Sorry, I haven't eaten anything. My digestion is kind of troublesome today, I don't know why. Yeah, now this is easy. I won the g4 pawn. I have 3 connected passed pawns. Now an opposite colored bishop endgame is good for me. Everything is good for me. Okay, let's start pushing the pawns. Or maybe not yet. How can I improve? Let's get the king to a dark square. No, I should have played king f6. What am I thinking? Yeah, let's transfer the king back. I need my king on the other side of the board. Okay. Now I'm ready. Now I start pushing the pawns. Yeah, now he definitely doesn't have anything. Now I'm just gonna push my pawns and queen. I'm gonna make 3 queens. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything he could even try. So let's just keep pushing. Okay. Okay, I mean, I was winning after rook d8, I think, when he took on a7, but then I missed rook a2. So let's have a look at it. Thank you. In the spectator room, people congratulating me. Thank you. Okay, so let's have a look at the game. I'll just write thanks. Okay, so yeah, bishop e2 is a strange move, and I don't think if this is maybe this is what we played. I don't know bishop e2. I see now that is the second most common. I know bishop f5 and castles. This seems odd to me. Okay, queen b6 is a mistake. I should have castled. I think I did castle last time. Yeah, white is slightly better. Okay, e5. e5 wasn't the best move. Bishop c2 was the best move. Why would I play bishop c2? I was worried about bishop f5 g4 and then bishop d7, bishop f3. I didn't know what to do. Because if I go e6, nothing makes sense in my position. So I went e5, d5. Knight e5 is a mistake. Yeah, I can take the pawn later. I should have gone bishop f5 now. Okay. And then he took on e5 with the bishop, which is strange. Okay, equal, equal. I'm guessing it's equal until I play rook d8, but we will see. f4 is a mistake. Yeah, I guess I can just ignore it. I don't have to play f4. Okay. He had to go rook e d1. Yes. Okay. Rook a7, I'm better. f3, I'm better. And now rook d2 and I'm winning. Yeah, okay. Rook e d7. But what do I do against rook e1? Wait, rook e d7? What if he goes rook e1? Ah, the bishop is hanging. Okay. So instead, I played rook takes b2, bishop d5. Oh, this is still okay. e3, yeah. Wait, f2 is a blunder? I should have taken on c3? What's the difference? What's the difference? Well, what if he stays on the same diagonal? So this is the same thing. It's just that there's no pawn on c3. I don't get it. So let's say g5. I don't care. So if I allow this bishop e2 idea, it should be equal. Well, let's see. Bishop e2, rook h3. How is this equal? Yeah, he should have taken the b pawn. I was expecting him to take the b pawn. Then I was thinking I'm still better here, but now that I look at it, maybe I'm not. Yeah, rook d3 is strange. And I just saved my pawn, and now it's a slow grind in time trouble. Best move rook e7 makes sense. Okay, so rook f3. Wait. Why is rook f3 equal here? Why couldn't I decline? Not rook e3. Ah, because the pawn isn't defended. Idiot. And the bishop endgame is a draw. Wait, why is bishop takes a blunder? Ah, because of king e3. Okay, that makes sense. So king takes, and there is no way to win this. 2 pawns up. So I'm gonna have a passed h pawn and a passed f pawn, and they're too close together. And I can never win the b pawn. Okay. Did I blunder after this? Okay, now once I win the g pawn, it should be easy. Yeah, okay. Best move rook c5. That's tough. Okay, it wasn't an easy game, but I won. Thank you for watching. Hope you like the game. Hope you like the Caro-Kann, because I've been playing it a lot. Stay tuned for more chess. Bye bye.